Hi, this is Dr. Parikh, and we're talking now about week 1, module 1 overview. So every week I'm going to start with a video that just goes over what we're focusing on that week and what we're going to do. So I like to pull up the to-do list. I don't want to be in the preview mode anymore. All right, so hit me back to the main page. So I'm just going to hit weekly to-do list, and it actually brings me to the modules, and I'll link through. And I'm not signed in as my Caldwell account, so I'm just showing as a guest. I would typically print this and maybe make a copy onto my Google Drive so that it would be mine. If I put it on my Google Drive, I'd probably delete things or somehow indicate as I did them. But I would also probably do a printed copy where I cross things out because there's a lot to keep track of. So this week is really about explaining what the course is about. So there's a lot of, you can see there's a welcome and a bunch of orientations before you even get to the Module 1 overview. Normally the module overview is your first video. And then I start by going over the readings. So you see you have readings. One of them is just a little Word document that's on Blackboard. I want you to look at kind of both sections of a sample paper. You can pick whatever topic sounds interesting to you, but I want you, each folder has a literature review and a research proposal. I want you to read both of those. That way you know what the goal is, and you also start getting a sense of what the two different papers you're writing are. They're similar. It's kind of like, you know, part A and part B of the same paper, but there are differences. The Suchman book is this writing with style. So when you see me write PS 213 Suchman, it's me commenting on the chapter. And usually I'm sort of going through and adding, there's a couple chapters where I add a lot, and most of them I just have 1 or 2, 3 minutes. And then the Concise Rules of APA Style, that's the Spiral Bound Red book. This is 2019, and I just found out that there's a new edition coming out in October. So I'm going to try to put up some equivalencies if you want to use one of the blue books that's in the psych department. But you can also, I believe the library has a copy of this. I'll try to put that on reserve so that anybody can go visit it, but nobody can take it. And I also have a copy in my office. So if you don't want to buy this or even rent this because it's going to be outdated in a minute, you can go in, you can borrow it, and then I'll update these readings. If you are pulling up your weekly to-do list and it has a different book with different pages, that's because I've updated it. I'm probably not going to go through and update all of my videos, but just know that this will probably be different because there's a new edition coming out. So I bold the videos that I think you really need to watch before you can do your reading circle. And then after that, once you've done that post, you can keep going through the videos. Most of the videos are focused on APA style, comments on the writing process, or specific assignments. And mostly I've tried to focus on specific assignments so that later, if I update an assignment, if something changes, I can go back and just swap out that one video instead of redoing my whole series. So you can click on Unit 1, and it's going to show you first the focus. It's going to describe really what we're doing in this unit. So this one, you are trying to figure out how the course works. You're trying to figure out what a literature review and research proposal is, and you're going to pick your paper topic, at least a starting topic. That often changes when you do your literature search, and you'll start looking at articles. So this should be the same list that you see on the weekly to-do list, but if you click into the folder, it's going to have links to all of the things. So here you see videos. Some of them are going to be missing because I'm still making them. And then the readings, and this is kind of the suggested order for you to do them. It'll look just a little different because you're in the student view and I'm here in the instructor view. Dr. Ling's videos I have to add as links, so you just click the link to go to it because he has them unlisted for privacy. So I can't just pull them up in Blackboard. I have to give you the link itself. And also, if you go into YouTube, for one, that way if you ask a question here in YouTube, it would show up as a comment. I could respond to the comment, and then anyone else who has a question will be able to see it. Another thing, if you go onto my YouTube page, I really need to get a better photo for that. If you go into playlists, I'm making playlists, so there will be a Writing in Psych Module 1.
Welcome
And
to
so
formatting your
let
paper
me
for
pause
APA style.
this. I don't have this in the right order yet, but eventually this will have all of the videos that are in Module 1. So you could theoretically just watch them here. I would recommend, if you're doing that, I would say be signed in, because let's say you and I have a dispute at some point and you are arguing for a better grade on something, or you're arguing for an extension on something. It's possible that I might go in and look to see if you're actually watching the videos. And in Blackboard, it keeps a record that you're watching them. If you are not watching them in Blackboard and you're watching them in YouTube instead, now if you have your sign in, you could go to history. There's, if you go over, I think it's to, yeah, you can click on your history and you can see what videos you've watched. So you could screenshot your history. You know, you could show me, you could document that you have been watching the videos along the way. So again, I don't foresee this happening. I don't think, usually if I will check sometimes, just if somebody's asking lots and lots of questions and I'm trying to figure out, are they keeping up? Because sometimes somebody, if you don't watch the videos and you don't read through the templates, then yes, you're going to find the assignments very overwhelming. But really, I go through step by step all of the assignments in the videos, and the templates are pretty detailed. So you'll watch these videos, and then if we go back, if you come down to the learning activities, it'll show you exactly what you're supposed to do. So the first post is an introduction. I give you a few extra days. Usually the reading circles are due on Tuesdays, but this week I give you a little extra time to get through the readings. But you do have assignments starting Tuesday and Wednesday. The APA Quiz 1, part of the quiz is writing your explanation of what plagiarism is. So even though the plagiarism tutorial isn't due until Wednesday, I recommend doing it before you do the APA quiz, because it'll help you answer the questions more clearly. If your answers have problems, I'm probably just going to email you directly to make sure that you see the feedback. Blackboard isn't always great about alerting you when there's feedback. But I'm looking for really particular things with the APA quiz. I want to see you talk about plagiarism and say that it is taking someone's words directly without using quotation marks and citing. It is switching out a few words without changing the structure of the sentence. And it is failing to cite even if you completely change the wording. So you're citing to give credit for the idea, and if you're taking words directly, you're using quotation marks to give credit for that. And when you change the words, it's more than just subbing out a few words, it's changing the whole sentence. And I have videos that talk, I also have an avoiding plagiarism video and various places where I talk about how to accomplish that. Your reading circle posts, in the reading circle orientation, it talks through how to find those roles, how to do those things. And you also start with your check-ins, and you'll also write a little piece about the sample paper that you read. You'll do another APA quiz by Saturday that goes over the rules for the title page, and you'll actually submit your title page. It's not required to be your final topic, but it's to get you a starting place. And then I also want to see your first 3 articles by Sunday. So things are moving quickly in this course. I only have 7 weeks to work with. So this is actually a slower start than it used to be the first 2 weeks. I'm trying to pace things a little more evenly across the semester. But it's a lot of work, but the work is broken into very small steps. When you look at the videos are often very long, but it's because I will walk through, and my expectation is that you will actually have these documents up and be working on them while playing the video. I think that's pretty much what you need to know for this module. So this is about understanding what papers are, understanding plagiarism, and also starting to choose your topic. Thanks. Bye.